Have you ever had a buyer look you straight in the eye and say, okay, but what's the real price?
Okay, so what's the price?
Not because they don't like the home, not because they don't like or trust you, but because they're just convinced there's got to be more room to move. And in that moment, everything in you wants to soften just a little, to adjust, to give just enough to keep things moving forward. But that's the exact moment where great salespeople separate themselves from everyone else. Today, let's talk about how to confidently communicate that the price is both fair and final. Welcome back to the 5-Minute Sales Training. If you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and like the video if you find it helpful. Let's get into it. Here's the reality. In today's market, buyers are trained to negotiate. And do you know who's training them to focus on incentives, discounts, and eventually negotiation?
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You. All right. I learned it by watching you.
Other new home sales professionals. That's right. Other new home sales professionals. Because you see, what we focus on gets magnified. And we seem to be focusing on the wrong things. Consequently, the buyers walk in assuming there's wiggle room on the price, that you expect them to push back, and that if they don't ask, they're leaving money on the table. And no one likes that. So they test you. And most salespeople respond by getting uncomfortable. You can actually see it in their facial posture, their body language, and even their energy.
That stuff makes me uncomfortable.
Even moving too quickly to respond, sometimes even negotiating against themselves before the buyer has even said a word. And make no mistake, every time that happens, you're not building trust. You're destroying value and confidence. What you're really aiming for is a moment, and you'll know it when you get there, where the buyer genuinely believes two things. This price is fair, and this price is final. At Short Consulting, we call this understanding value purity. And when that information clicks in the minds of your customer, the tension drops, the trust goes up, and the decision becomes a whole lot easier for them to make. Buyers don't keep pushing because they're being difficult. They push because they're unsure. Maybe the value hasn't fully landed yet. Maybe they think there is still something left on the table, or honestly, sometimes they just need to feel like they did their job negotiating.
Did I do good?
But as long as they think that there's more to get, they're going to keep digging or waiting. So your job is to close that door clearly and confidently to move the sale forward. The first thing that helps is demonstrating value before price negotiation ever comes up. You see, if the value isn't clear, the price will always feel high. And who determines value? Your customer. First and foremost, you need to understand what your customer values, and then connect your offering to their life, their needs, and where they're headed. The stronger the match, the more confident both you and your buyers will feel about your price. The second thing is don't move too fast. The moment you adjust too quickly, you've told them something important, that there's more where that came from. And once that door opens, it's really hard to close again. Keep your language calm and certain. Something like, I completely understand wanting to make sure you're getting the best possible value, and I want you to know you found it. We're not going to sell this home for less. And then just let that land. Don't rush to fill the silence. Silence is actually where a lot of decisions get made.
Uncomfortable silences.
And sometimes, and this is the hard part, the most powerful thing you can do is to simply hold your ground. Not harshly, not defensively, just clearly. I remember working with a buyer who kept asking for, just a little more off the price or just a little more incentive every single step of the way. And instead of chasing them down that path, I just stayed steady and confident. I assured them that the only decision left to make was whether or not they were ready to move forward with the purchase decision. They stopped negotiating and started deciding. If you move too fast on price, you'll lose on credibility. Buyers push until they believe the price is both fair and final, and your confidence is what creates their confidence. Great salespeople don't win by giving more. They win by helping the buyer to see and experience more. Help them see how your home solves their dissatisfaction with their current living situation. If you do, they'll become emotionally attached. They'll need it more, and consequently, be willing to pay more. So next time you're in negotiation, remember your job isn't to out-negotiate the buyer. It's to lead them somewhere they actually want to be, in the right home, where they believe the price is fair and final, and there's nothing left to chase. Thanks for watching today's 5-minute sales training. And until next time, learn more to earn more.